what's going to happen here. And I mean, when it comes to the dollar in the first place and anything that could happen with it, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, with different pairs. At the moment, from what we're seeing here, and I will go back to the news in a moment, it is definitely bearish for the short term. I'm going to pull up the dollar index here. Let's have a look at what's going on. Have I got the dollar index on here? If not, I can pull it up very quickly. I'm using IC markets right now. For those of you in the US, you might not be familiar with what that is because you actually can't even use it, sadly. But it's a fantastic broker, one of the largest in the world. Let's click on show all. So I believe on here it's called the DXY. So we're gonna have to find the DXY here. But I'll find it. Should be somewhere here. Okay, yeah, here we go. So here's the DXY now. The dollar index on here is not that great. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch over to Hugo's Way because Hugo's Way has a much better price feed for the dollar index so that we can have a look at what's going on. Because this one is really not that great. I don't really like it because I can't even see that much because it's done month by month. Okay, so the DXY on that platform is shown up. It shows things by future contract style. So it has the expiry date of a month and it'll show the next one afterwards. All right, but from what I'm seeing, I'm going to pull up the dollar index here. Let's switch it up quickly. Here we go. So guys, from the entry that I was talking about from here, we can see the price is really showing bearish signs. There's re-optimization of the H4 area here. The price is really showing a sign of short and it's getting towards the target already. Now, from the momentum the price is showing here, I mean, it's breaking past demand zone areas, even tiny ones like this right here. The price has broken past this area here and is giving us a short continuation. And so I do expect the dollar index to really give us a very crazy short. So what does that mean for us? Well, for us, we should be looking for Euro, as I said, Euro USD was the best play out that we could have. Let's switch back to IC markets here now. USD Cad is pushing short. Now, pound Cad is probably close to our entry. Now, gold is starting to show signs of bullish intention, which I did say that is most likely going to happen. I believe that this range of accumulation, the price was just holding here for a while. But I can actually guarantee you I wouldn't do it. But I mean, on this account, I can do because there's really there's hardly anything in there. It doesn't mean anything to me. But I can guarantee if I put a sell stop or a buy stop on gold, excuse me, for a long, it's probably going to get triggered very strongly. I think this NFP is about to be, I mean, sometimes with the market when there's accumulation like it has on something like gold, then what you usually find is you get these moments where the price is just really quiet. And when the price is quiet, the best way I can say it is that it's the quiet before the storm. Okay, a lot of the time now, gold is not characteristic for gold to be moving in such a small range, in comparison to where it's been moving recently. And so the reason why I'm definitely sure that this is going to go long, without a shadow of a doubt, is what we're seeing here with the structure of price moving forward. Now, if you were to draw the triangle thing I told you guys about, what we're going to most likely see is market manipulation in a moment, because this does look, now, even if you took it from here now and you followed it through, or you took it from even closer down to around about here, or even just here, it doesn't really matter too much. But if you took it from here, the price is forming that triangle formation, which if the price does that, I want you to understand the market algorithm has the ability to create geometrical patterns as well. It's a very, very smart algorithm or set of computers. They have the ability to create geographical. I'm seeing the market like a map in my mind. That's why I'm saying that. But geometric patterns, which will cause the price to definitely give the illusion of it going short. Now, do you see what just happened here? Now, just 5 minutes before the news, the price has spiked right here to this area. Now, for most traders, if the price breaks above here, then it should be a long, right? Okay. Or if it breaks beneath here, it should be a short. So you see how the market is very cunning with the behavior that it displays. All right. I'm still watching pound CAD because I want to see if it enters here and then gives us a long, because that would be a great long. But anyway, do you see what's just happened there? So this is evidence of what I'm talking about. The market is doing that for a reason. It spiked here to the pip. And the simple reason for this is market manipulation. I still think that gold is going to go long. If it goes short, then fair enough, fair dues. But you can see that on the 5 minute, we have that candle. Now, if you don't know what that candle is, all right, we will go through it in deeper detail. But this specific type of candle right here is exactly what I mean by market manipulation. This is a very cunning way for the market to do what is done. Now, it has come for this high right now. And there are going to be stop loss orders above this high for sure. So they've probably been triggered now. But this is a very interesting period of time. So if I was going to take a trade on gold, I would take the buy. I'll probably put 0.02 and just let that baby run. Once I see the price approaching towards this area here. But you can see that the market now all of a sudden is waking up. This is exactly how I envisioned the price to do what it needs to do. But look at that, guys, literally to the pip right here. The price spiked here and reversed. All right, so this is for retail trader manipulation, guys. I hope you've seen it for yourself, exactly what I'm talking about and how the market behaves in that way and what can come from it. Now, equally, the price could push short and then push long. All right, the aim is to basically confuse everybody out of this triangle formation. This is the main aim. If you're not too sure exactly what that is or how that is, this is what I'm talking about. All right, so let's get rid of this for a minute. Don't need that. All right, so let's look at what the market is going to do here. Now, interestingly enough here, the movement short for AUD/USD. Now, why am I using AUD/USD? Now, AUD, the Australian dollar, is a commodity currency, which is tied to gold. Okay, so one of its main commodities. And so if gold is going long, then ideally AUD/USD will be going long too, because every time gold gains some strength, the Australian dollar will gain some strength. And if the US dollar is weakening also, then that also means that the Australian dollar versus the US dollar will have an even better pump. Now, look at this. Let's see. If you look at the movement here, if we compare pips, so from that movement we just saw a minute ago, the price has only done 10 pips short. Okay. On gold, however, we've had a much larger range from this manipulation point here of 40.9 pips, so 4 times more. So that means if whatever AUD/USD does right now, we expect gold to do about 4 times more of that. All right, now trading NFPs, guys, one of the things as well that I would want to say to you, which is important, is that if you want to make money with trading, okay, unless it's really, really specific as to what we're doing or what trade we're taking, you wouldn't want to be trying to enter into the NFPs at this time or try to put a buy stop above and below the market. All right, the algorithm of the market has the ability to do machine learning, and over time it learns how to destroy traders' accounts more and more and hit their stop losses more and more, because that's how market makers make money. All right, now why is this important? So styles of trying to straddle the market and put a buy stop and a sell stop on either side, like a minute before, 30 seconds before the price, is not going to do anything good for you apart from stop you out. Because there's been many times where the market triggers both sides and stops out both sides again. So it's not really a good idea for you to try to do it. What I'd rather say, and number 3, is that with many large institutions, because of the anticipation of the NFPs, there are a lot of people who are looking to try to make money from it. So institutions use the NFPs as an opportunity to get out of big positions, okay, or cut some positions off without affecting the market too much. So I would say to you that most likely, if you're going to trade the NFPs, you should either be in a position way beforehand in a confirmed right direction, or there we go. Do you see that? So gold is going long, guys. I told you. Here we go. USD Cad is pushing short. All right, we have an entry for pound CAD. It's done an RTO now, so it should be going long in a moment. All right, so here we go. I told you guys that it's gonna happen, but I didn't enter it now. So gold has taken the high here. So the triangle formation has broken out on the upside. I told you. Here you go. AD/USD has gone long. So we have 27 pips so far. How much pips did gold do? Let's see. It's done about 100 and something. All right. So the spiking is happening now. So if I was going to get into this with gold, I would probably put like a 0.01. But I'm hoping that the price will, since it's broken past here now, all we really want from it is just for it to close here in the next. All right. So the first minute is up. Let's see if it does what it needs to do. There we go. So it's reversing. Hopefully it reverses down to where we want. If it doesn't, we just ride the wave. Remember, gold has quite a few targets to hit on the upside, but it should be making his way there now. So if we put a 0.01, sooner or later, the price should start moving. If it gets too volatile, just close. So we could buy now. So it should be good to go. If it starts to reverse too much, then what we will do is just leave it alone, but it should be making its way on the journey now. And it's probably going to fill the gap by the end of the day. So there's a gap here, remember I told you guys about, it's somewhere here. Let's see if it hits it. Now, this account has hardly anything in there, so it doesn't really matter. If you say, you haven't got a stop loss on, well, to be honest with you, it's not really that big of a deal. I promise you, this account has got nothing in there, basically. This is just a play around account, just to go for whatever needs to be going on for. So USD CAD is pushing, all right? Pound CAD has done the entry that we want. It's pulled back into this zone right here. I should have set a pending order for it, but really, it's done an amazing feat. So this was another trade that I was going for. All right, let's see what gold is doing. All right, so pound CAD is pulling back a little bit. So the other trade I want to take is this pound CAD right here. So let's go. It's pulling back now. A little bit lower. See what USD CAD is doing. It's pushing lower too, so go watch out. All right. Pound CAD. There we go. So we go. Gold is going long. Pound CAD is going short. See, so I'll get my pound CAD in there. Now this one is a lot more less risk-free. It's only like £1 something. If it doesn't work out, it's cool. If it does work out, then it was worth it because I expected the price to go here. My markings are here. But in an NFP moment like this, so just have a bit of fun too and just let gold go. So here we go, guys. The price is really pushing low. All right. I told you it would go long. I really did. This is how the market behaves every single time. So as a scalp trade, it's all right. But because I know gold wants to do more, I'm going to leave it alone for a little bit. But I want you guys to notice this. So I'm going to go to Hugo's Way for you guys to see what's going on. All right. So on Hugo's Way, you can see the dollar index is pushing strongly short. We have a sharp drop here. That's not stopping. Now there's a gap being made here. I don't know if that gap is just because of Hugo's Way, but the drop is quite strong. All right. Let's have a look and see over here what I was talking about with gold. So with gold, here we go. I think it's just my price feed. So gold has a liquidity gap back up here. Yeah, it has quite a few gaps that need to be filled. All right, but we'll come back anyway. I'll come back. Let's see what gold is doing. Is it reversed a bit? All right, it started to reverse a little bit. If it reverses too much, then I'll just close it and come back again. Let's see pound CAD. What is it doing? So pound CAD is all right. I just want to see what happens, man. All right, the price has spiked back. So let's see what is done specifically. All right. So let's see USD CAD. Okay, pound CAD, pound Japanese yen. So USD CHF has done a short, which is nice to see. All right, so the price came back here again, guys, and actually did do the short. The USD CHF was also a hard one to follow if you don't have the patience for it, because it just kept on going back and forth and back and forth and whatnot. All right, so with gold, it's reversing a little bit too much. If it reverses too much, you just gotta close it. All right, if it gets too bad, but for now it seems all right. Yeah, but if it pulls back again, what I would do is if it came back down to the demand zone that created this movement, I'll just buy it from down there, and that would be another cool one to go for. If it doesn't work out, then it's fine. Remember, the main thing is this 30-minute area. We just want the price to close above here, you know? Once the price closes above here, this is really going to be our main area to go for. But either way, whatever happens here with the price action, this is more of a test. The range at which the price or things are going to have to be closed at would be between here and here. Okay, but for now, the price is just trying to find its footing, I can understand. So yeah, and pound CAD has entered back into this area. So so here we go. Pound CAD is in this order block here. If it breaks beneath, then we have a very good trade on our hands. All we got to do would be to flip the zone right here. And then from flipping the zone, if it breaks beneath, then we can continue for a very nice short. If it stays within this order block, which is what it's supposed to do, all right, according to market order book, then we just go for a long and it should be good to go. All right, so we're going to see. The price is still struggling around there, kind of finding its footing. Gold is still kind of bouncing around a bit, trying to find its footing. And this is usually the lull moment that you get with a price action, but we're going to see. I mean, for me, I know the price is going to keep on pushing short. USD CHF is reversing, which is natural for the NFPs to do such a thing. And then after the real movement happens at 2. So we can actually come back at 2 again and see what happens. All right, here we go. Do you see what we just had there? That spike right here, the reoptimization of the order block here on the 30-minute. So you can see that there's a bit of demand that was created from that, push the price up. Now the price is still very volatile. The markets are going crazy because it's like an unleashment of liquidity, and I don't think it's done. But this spike right here, okay, the price is doing what it needs to do. And then after from here, it should be good. Now, it's interesting that the news created an induction for this right here on the 1 minute time frame. So I call it money minute, but yeah, it is the money minute. But you see, guys should, if you look out for inductions, you'll be able to grab some good trades. Now, if gold struggles too much, I'm gonna have to close it soon though, even though it's just a small account, doesn't really matter. All right, now I wouldn't usually do that, but I just want to show you guys what I was talking about the long. So I wanted to take it for you guys to see what's happening there. And also just put pound CAD here and see what goes on with it too. All right, very tiny risk. Just let the price be the price, you know. And that's it really. Now, even on the test, even with testing stuff, you know, I'll still use 0.01 and let the price have its go. But now that it's done this area of reoptimization, I'm quite confident that the price should be going long soon. But it's just heavily volatile at the moment. Let's see what the dollar index looks like. I'm sure the dollar index is going crazy too. We'll come back and look at it and see. But here you go. So you guys see this? Now, since the price has spiked here the way it has, all right, it hasn't taken any significant high. It's only just filled out the little missing gap between these two candles, but it hasn't come for these highs yet. So if the market wants to be wicked, what would it do? It would be for it to either reverse like it has just now, or reuse the liquidity from the 30-minute and start to go absolutely crazy again in about 5 to 10 minutes. So this is what I usually do just to test out things and theories about what the price is doing, how it's behaving. But I'm glad you just got to see the whole scenario with me, how the price hit here. So people would have gone short because remember, guys, this triangle right here, when we looked at this from market manipulation, for those of you who just joined or you're not too sure what's happening, this spike right here was market manipulation to create an induction. It wasn't really the short, but if the price touched here and you trade like how most retail traders trade, you would have gone for a short, okay? Because the price has touched back on this line right here, which means that we have another movement going on. Remember, if the price touches one side of the triangle, this retail trader pattern here. So I'm going to write this out. Let's put a little mark in here. So retail trader pattern, retail trader pattern. So this retail trader pattern is this triangle right here. Now, when the price did that very accurate movement right here, the next target that trader should have been looking for would have been here and then probably a breakdown below. Okay, but what did the market do? It touched there, triggered just before the news. You saw that timing as well. Just before the news. Okay, perfectly. All right, even though we know it's going to go long. So again, 15-minute. Look at that spike. I told you that the algorithm of the market is very smart. It doesn't just create patterns in price and things to stop you out, but it knows where geometrical patterns are lying. And this spike right here was a show. And then the induction of it afterwards was just a perfect move to give us this nice move here. So this is what I'm saying, guys. Now the accumulation is getting heavier on the M1. So if it stays for too long, then I'm gonna have to close gold in a minute, and then so that I literally have space on the account to continue talking. But yeah, so this is really what you want to do when it comes to market manipulation. But do you see this accumulation here now? This accumulation here is going to be the redistribution of the liquidity. Now it's gone very deep into this area now, as you can see. Let's see what pound CAD has done. All right. So if I have anything, I'm going to have to probably close this because I probably won't have enough in the account to continue holding the 0.01, sadly, to continue this experiment. All right. So close for now. All right. But now it's coming back here, guys. What do you think is going to happen? It's pulled back here. Now we have a zone that we could work with again. Once the price, so at this supply zone right here, even though it's going to reverse, of course, but once it gets past this area here, so once it does this and it breaks past here, then we're free to go for another long. So the mistake that happened, well, not a mistake, but whatever happened with gold just now, and they didn't want to be so nice to us, it's all right. It's going to fix itself out. And pound CAD is pushing long, as it should do. So pound CAD has done what we need it to do. And we'll just let that one slide. It's entered into my area perfectly. And hopefully it stays there. I want to look good too. So, all right. That's that part now. So we've come back into this 30-minute spot. So I told you guys, remember the aim for gold will be to close above this 30-minute zone. So it will hang around here for a little while. All right, before it goes for the long. But once it breaks past and it does what needs to be done, then we all good, man. All right. USD Cad as well has done its spike back down here. But once the price does what it needs to, then we should be really ready to go. All right, with this. So I'll go back on the dollar index one more time. Let's see what's going on. Oh, gold on here looks crazy. Wow. So okay, it looks like we have a gap. I don't know, but IC markets isn't showing this, so I don't know whether it's my price feed or what's going on. Maybe it's the price feed, but that looks crazy. All right. USD CHF has just turned into a strong spike. So here you go, guys. This is a good example. Do you see that at the time, if you were to put a buy stop here and a sell stop here, you would have ended up being stopped up, or if you left them both open, you would have ended up being triggered on both sides, and then you know the rest of the history. You'd have been stopped up twice. For me, I'm free because I don't trade NFPs. I never will. All right. There's no point of doing it unless I'm in the right direction. All right. Now, USD CHF has come very close to zero, but not taking it. So I think the price is re-entering at 2 o'clock. Probably is when we're going to see those major moves again. And you can see the dollar index is also showing some signs of reversal. You kind of feel that the gap that is created, but it's still re-entered again. So it should be dropping in a moment. You can see on the M1 even there's a gap here that needs to be filled out. So this is what I mean about the NFPs, guys, why I told you not to trade it. All right. If you try to trade it, and please, if you ever see me go live and take a trade, unless I say take it, guys, please don't go and take it, because I'm using this account to show you guys for fun what's going on. But on any other account, you would never catch me doing anything of that sort. Okay. Because that's not how to trade whatsoever. Okay. We never trade like that. All right. So you got to keep yourself prepared for all situations. All right, for all events, for what the price is going to do. And now, okay, gold is leaning off in this area again. Once it breaks past, then you have an entry there. So really, if you didn't take the NFPs right now, even if I didn't take it, you would have saved yourself a bit of heartache and a bit of a loss if you just simply just wait for after the NFPs. The best movements are after the news, not before, okay? Let's think about it logically. If institutions are moving money in and out and they've used the high anticipation and movement of the NFPs to move money in and out of the market, then what's going to happen? The next thing that's going to happen is the resultant movement of all of that money from different order books to from one level to another will produce very smooth price action in one direction, you know. So if they're all selling off, then that means that there's going to be great opportunity to grab a sell. All right, here we go. So look at what gold is doing now. You see where it's getting to now? It's coming back now. It's used that 30-minute zone. Okay, pound CAD is doing its thing. AD/USD is loading up. Let's look at it. All right, so the price spiked to where? So AD/USD hit the target, guys, of this area, but we want it to get back up here. So it's not done yet. Okay, but gold is approaching our special zone. All right, so now sooner or later it's going to be time for us to rock on and go. Here we go. So our 30-minute area here, you can see what the price has done really nicely. So this is why, guys, I really like to look at price action of NFPs, because you learn a lot, you know, you learn a lot. All right, you really do learn a lot. So let's see. All right, I think there isn't much else to do. Everything seems to be going in formation. Pound CAD, I'm not closing because it's done the entry that we want. All right, so now that we've got this, I'll be watching to see what happens here. And if it stops us out, stops us out. Gold has closed above this area in a minute, so it should be on its way up again.